10 years ago, Fox 11 News went undercover to examine life on the streets in Compton for two very young gang members. During the last decade, many of our viewers have asked us what happened to them. Chris Blatchford is here with the answer. Chris.
Well, back in 1993, these young boys talked about a dismal future that included life in prison or death on the streets. So let's revisit Chuckie, Midget, and the Tortilla Flats gang to see if their lives are a self-fulfilling prophecy. Here in Compton, it's the way of the gun.
This was all about. It's about the flats and this, the big flash gang.
The streets here are no stranger to blood.
Tortilla Flats,
And the Tortilla Flats gang has spilled their share of it.
That's the way it goes. You play, you pay.
Midget has adopted the lifestyle. Tattoos mark his loyalty for life.
Okay, get this one right here. Tortilla por vida.
He is only 12 years old.
Little Midget Tortilla Flats Compton.
Midget's 13-year-old brother Woodie is also in the gang.
Little Woodie, la Tortilla Flats controla.
And they've befriended the gang's newest recruit, 10-year-old little Chuckie. Midget and little Chuckie, here in the garage where they sleep, show us some handguns. Midget, whose real name is Danny Verduzco, has some deadly plans.
Go kill somebody. Go kill my enemies, the one that shot me.
In fact, rival gangsters have shot him up twice. An ugly scar reaches across his chest and lower stomach. The first time, doctors had to remove a kidney. The second time, his spleen. Compton School District Gang Intervention Officer Andy Zembel remembers visiting Midget in the hospital.
Nearly killed him. And I remember squeezing his hand. He opened his eyes, and I asked him, Danny, you gonna make it? Hang on, hang on. He nodded his head and fell back out, unconscious.
Boom! Danny, or Midget, later tells how Officer Zembel's caring gave him a will to live. But it doesn't pull him away from the gang. He's soon back carrying a concealed weapon, and sometimes with Chuckie nearby. Stealing and stripping cars.
That's how we strip cars.
And shooting at rival gangsters with his older brother Woodie.
And Largo, they won't snitch, man. They just keep blasting back at you, and you blast at them. That's just fun. We having shootouts.
If my brother dies, if somebody kills him, I'll have to back him up. I'll keep beating those fools up over and over until I kill one of them. That's how it is.
Midget spends most of the next half-dozen years locked up at juvenile hall, camps, and California Youth Authority. No father in the picture, and a mother who lost control of her sons.
There's nothing I can do or say that'll make them do what they're supposed to do. I wish they wouldn't be involved in this, because I know they're gonna die, or they're gonna end up in prison for the rest of their lives.
Court records say at age 14, Midget is on a self-destructive path. He's put on psychotropic medication. But later, here at CYA's Nellis School in Whittier, he joins an anti-gang program and gets his high school diploma.
I think he was looking for someone to care about him, someone positive to have in his life, other than the older homies.
When Midget's released from Youth Authority, Officer Zembel arranges for the now 19-year-old to have the tattoos taken off his face at a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon's office. But within days, Midget, called into action by Tortilla Flats gangsters, stabs a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old at a graduation party behind this Long Beach storefront. Both victims live. But 3 months later, there is a Tortilla Flats funeral for someone else. 19-year-old Imelda de la Cruz, drunk at a Compton party, gets into a fight with a rival gang member, Sergeant Marty Rodriguez.
She pulled out a gun, and when she pulled out a gun, several other people pulled out guns, and it kind of a shooting, a helter-skelter shooting occurred.
Imelda is hit by more than a half-dozen bullets from 2 different guns. Midget's brother, Ricardo Verduzco, known as Woodie, had recently broken up with Imelda. They had a 4-year-old son together named Adrian.
I love you, Mommy.
Witnesses say Woody, upset and disrespected by Imelda's death, shows up about a half hour late for the funeral service. Late, say prosecutors, because he's stopped off to murder someone first. Johnny Rios is a Tortilla Flats gang member known as Big Chuckie. He was involved in the shootout at the party where Imelda was killed. And prosecutor Alan Jackson says that will cost him his life.
Johnny Rios is being executed, and there's no question about it. This isn't an accident.
Friends since childhood with Woodie and Midget. Johnny doesn't hesitate when Midget asks for a ride to the funeral. But when Johnny pulls up in the driveway of this Linwood house,
they intended for him to die.
Johnny is ambushed. Woodie puts 10 9mm slugs into his car, 6 of them fatal. Then Midget walks up and puts 2 .40 caliber slugs into Johnny's head. So close, the shells fall in his lap. The car is still running when cops arrive. Johnny never had a chance.
They were making Johnny pay for Imelda's death.
That killing, the same day that Woodie shovels dirt into Imelda's grave. Woodie and Midget are eventually arrested, tried, convicted of first-degree murder, and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
They became cold-blooded killers, through and through.
Midget's sentencing evaluation describes him as everyone's worst nightmare. And county jail intelligence links him to a convicted lady killer named Alfred Salinas, known as Tigre, a member of the Mexican Mafia. Jail Investigations Unit Sergeant Roger Ross says Midget is definitely a Mafia associate.
Taking the messages, delivering dope, maybe holding weapons, or basically volunteering to go after people that the Mafia wanted to hit.
Then, last January, his face painted with fresh tattoos. Midget gets another 10-year sentence piled on for the stabbings he did in Long Beach 2.5 years earlier. Upset with his court-appointed defense attorney, Midget takes this razor hidden under his eyelid and slashes his 64-year-old lawyer across the face.
Just right there in front of a judge and jury to turn around and slash a guy. You obviously don't care about what they do to you.
And Midget's final sentencing report concludes he should never, ever set foot into free society again.
Very cold-blooded.
Daniel Midget Verduzco is now locked up at a maximum security prison in Corcoran. He's 23 years old and sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. So what's become of little Chuckie, Midget's tortilla?